Hey guys, Melissa here. Welcome to my channel. Today I'm going to make this freeform style beaded pendant, which is inspired by Matt's Crazy Art. If you haven't seen his channel, I'll link his YouTube channel down in the description, and also the video that I watched that inspired me to make this one. It's a very simple design that just takes one piece of wire, actually two because I'm weaving. You need your weaving wire, but if you don't want to do the weaving, his video shows, just a simple design where you just bring these two wires up and finish it off. But I decided to, jazz it up a bit, maybe throw some weaving in there, which I'm new to weaving, so I need some practice. That's why I'm using copper wire and a bead. So I just love this pendant. It's cheap to make. It just takes a bead and some copper wire and some practice, and they're relatively quick to make, so just stay tuned and I'll show you how. Okay, so I am all set to start making this pendant. I grabbed some 20 gauge wire. This happens to be titanium enameled copper wire. I also have some 28 gauge of the same color. I grabbed 10mm beads. I grabbed a tiger's eye, and this happens to be some moonstone-ish type of glass bead. It's got a seam in it, which is kind of annoying, but I really love the flash it has. So I'm gonna use this. And first I'm gonna pull off plenty of wire. I'm gonna pull off about maybe like 3 feet or so. Let me measure out exactly. I did pull off about 46 inches. I wanted to have plenty, so we'll see how much we end up with at the end, so we can pare it down when we make another one. So I fed my bead on my wire. It's approximately in the center. I'm gonna bend the wire around the bead one direction, and I'm gonna bring the other side around the other way. And I'm gonna have the wires chase each other. I'm gonna go around a few times. Eventually have the wires meeting up together. My goal is to keep this wire nice and smooth around the bead. I don't want it looking kinky. I want to keep them snug together. So now I want to pick a spot where I want the wires to come up. I'm going to keep them snug together, and now I want to make my little loop that I'm going to use for my bail. Just like that. I'm going to fold it over. I'm going to use my pliers to kind of pinch it down. Nice and snug. And then I'm going to fold it over once again. Making sure my wires stay up against each other without kinking. And I'm going to smoosh that down as well. Okay, so next is a bunch of wire sculpting, keeping your 2 wires snug against each other, getting some curve in it without getting kinks in it. I'm going to put a nice swirl down in this area, all the while making sure your wires stay parallel with each other and they don't overlap. I might make another nice tight swirl going the other direction. And then sculpt your shape you want to make on the one side. Keep your wires together so they make the same shape. I know I want plenty of wire, but I think I did kind of pull too much out. That's okay, at least it's not sterling. Make this easier, I'm going to cut my wire to a more manageable length. And this side I want to weave a design, kind of separate them out, kind of make a shape that would look nice woven. Okay, so I grabbed my 28 gauge weaving wire. Just to let you guys know, I've only been wire weaving for about a year now. Hopefully I can show you guys a good weave. I'm just going to do a crisscross figure 8 pattern. I'm going to start off on this inner wire. Okay, so I started off going about 6 times around, and I brought it down and I'm gonna snug it up. I'm gonna go across to the other wire. I'm gonna do 3 wraps on this side. I'm gonna end up doing more wraps on this side since the curve is larger, and that's the inner curve, so I'm gonna be doing less wraps on this side. So I'm trying to decide. I did 3 already. Let's start off with 3 and then go back to the other side. And wrap it over the top. Now you want to wrap firm, but you don't want to pull it out of shape. Actually, it looks like I did 4 wraps on this side and 3 wraps on that side. One, 2, 3, and bring it across. That's 1, 2, 3, bring it across. It doesn't look like much when you're first starting off, but once you get going and it starts widening out, it's going to look really cool. So that's 1 wrap. 2, 3, and then across. 1, 2, oops. Three, one, 2, 3, and across. I'm going to start doing 5 and 3. 1, 2, 3, 2, 3, 4, 5. Keeping an eye on your shape at all times. Make sure you don't misshapen it while you're weaving. One, 2, 3, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. gonna start cutting down the inner one to 2 and then the outer one to 4. One, 2. One, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2. 1, 2. Cut it down even more. I'll just do 3. 1, 2. 1, 2, 3. 1, 1, 2, 3. Now I'm going to even it up to 2. 1, 2, 1, 2. 1, 2. 2. 1, 2. Make sure everybody's smushed down. I think that's a good place to stop, so I'm going to end my wire by winding it around just and next, just end your wires. I think I'm going to end mine by just wrapping them around the base of my bail. I'll tuck them down in here real nice. And last, I need a bail for the top, which I'm going to just use a store-bought jump ring. There we are. Sometimes I will use the same wire I used for the frame, and I'll make a nice big split ring from my bail. This pre-made jump ring will do. Nice freeform beaded pendant with some weaving in it. So here are the pendants I came up with. Here's the first one I made for the video. So this one has 2 swirls and then it's coming up the side with a woven pattern there. And then I finished it off and then I just put a store-bought, nice thick, looks like 16 gauge jump ring on there. And I went and made this other one. I made this one out of vintage bronze enameled copper wire. So I only put 1 swirl there compared to this one. So that just, you can do whatever you want. These are, you know, super fun and easy to do. So this one I started weaving way up here and I came around and then I started to separate the wires out and the weave. And then I wrapped the ends of the wire around my top loop. And this one I happened to make a split ring out of the vintage bronze wire, same color I used for the pendant. So yeah, super fun. I just have to get used to the weaving here. And these are great if you're on a budget. You can use copper wire and just a bead. So really fun and simple. So I hope you enjoyed this tutorial. Please let me know in the comment section what you thought. And please go check out Matt's Crazy Art. I'll link his YouTube in the description. His videos are really fun to watch, so go check him out. And as always, don't forget to subscribe if you haven't already. hit that notification bell to be notified of future videos. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you next time.